All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of wisdom as we're leaving out of 2024 and going into 2025. There is some things that you have been doing wrong, and I'm gonna help you with it. So I've seen a common issue among the clients that I've been coaching. Like there's this thing of that I want to be a better person. I want to do things better, but old thoughts, old ways, old mentalities, unworthiness, all these things keep getting in the way. Things that I've gone through, the trauma that I've endured, like it keeps getting in the way, that every time I try to push forward, those things keep coming up where I feel like I'm not good enough for this, or I feel like God told me to do this, but now I'm starting to think that maybe it's not for me because it's not happening. And, there's these past things that keep coming up that keeps impacting your progress from moving forward. So let me just say something for you who's been struggling, who wants to do better, want to be better, want to grow, want to stop with the old mentality of things, blaming everybody else, being a victim in your own life and thinking that you can't change things. You're not helpless. It is up to you to be the one to change. Now, obviously, you're changing with God. However, it is your responsibility to do the work to change. Something I just heard yesterday that was so profound that Myron Golden said, if you don't follow Myron Golden, go follow Myron Golden. Go binge watch his YouTube. Baby, he got so many gems. But anyways, so Myron Golden said, if you really want to grow, it takes intentionality. Like basically, these are not his exact words. This is just a roundabout of what he said. It takes intentionality. When you want to build and you want to become better, you have to do the work to become better. And if you and when you're not becoming better, basically he's like, the only thing that you have to do if you don't want to become better, or if you're not being better, is what is the word? Neglect reading the books, neglect changing the way you think, neglect watching the YouTube channels that's going to feed your soul. I'm not talking about some of them toxic things that's out there that's not right. Neglect reading your word, neglect not getting in the Bible and not sitting down and worshiping and being grateful for where you're at. So if you're not where you're supposed to be, it's a huge chance that you may have been neglecting parts of your areas of your life that you want to be better, but you're not putting in the work and the effort to become better. So, the Bible scripture that came to my mind when I was thinking about, like, when my clients were like telling me they were struggling, this is the Bible scripture that had came to me. It's in Jeremiah 1:10, and I'm just going to give you the gist of what it says. Basically, what it says is, in that Bible verse, God is calling Jeremiah to be the prophet over nations, and in there he is saying, this is what you're going to do. What you first need to do before you build the thing, before it becomes big, before it gets to be, so I'm gonna put this in your words, before you become the woman that you want to be, before you become the man that you want to be, before you become the father, or before you become the husband that you want to be, the wife that you want to be, before you build that big empire, that business, there are some things that has been imprinted on you that is not correct, and it's no longer serving you. It may have served you when you were surviving life, but when you want to thrive, the things that you did in survival, you can no longer do. So let me tell you what it says. Jeremiah 1:10 says that we must first root out, which means root out those mentalities. I'm going to go through what it says first, and I'll come back to this. We are supposed to root out, pull down, destroy, throw down. You see how all of that is? Then build and plant. If there was an abandoned building and you wanted to take hold of that abandoned building, and it was rats and roaches and everything in that abandoned building, are you just going to build on top of that abandoned building and hoping that it's just going to make it look pretty on the outside? Or are you going to destroy, root out, take all the bad things that was in that building before you build and plant? right? So that's the same thing with us as people. There are things that was implemented in you. There's mindsets, there's thought process, there's things that our parents taught us that just was not right. They taught us out of survival, but we know better now. There is areas in our life that is not serving where we want to be. If you are not where you say you want to be, you are choosing to be where you're at. So everything you do is a choice. You can choose to be better, or you can choose to continuously be the same. You can choose to rise above and become a better God version of yourself, or you can choose to keep making excuses on why it's okay to be the same person. Wherever you're at, it's a choice. You choose your actions. You choose where you're at. So like Jeremiah 1:10 says, like God said, first we must root out, pull down, destroy, and throw down those thoughts, those mentalities, unforgiveness, anger, bitterness, or bloodline curses, things that's been happening in our bloodline. We must learn to destroy them, going through deliverance. I know some of you guys may not believe in deliverance, but it works. I've been delivered. I've gotten delivered 3 different times. We must believe in deliverance, letting go, forgiving, breaking ties, breaking soul ties with people. Well, I don't know why God told me to say this, but I'm just going to say it. When you have sex with people that is not your husband, then you create a soul tie with that person, because sex is not just something that feels good. It is a spiritual act. So therefore, all the people you having sex with, I'm just doing it because it feels good. Well, you're creating soul ties with every one of them people, and whatever they're dealing with, a lot of times you end up dealing with those demons too, because you don't know what's in their bloodline, and now you coming together and entering in each other, and now you guys are consummating this thing, and you just doing it for fun, not realizing now your spirits is aligned with their spirits and y'all swapping. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. If you want to learn more about that, go ahead and look that information up, because that ain't my ministry. I've learned about it for my own personal self, but it ain't my ministry. Okay, so you must root out those things, tear down, destroy. Once you do all that, so destroy it by going to therapy, listening to your therapist, aligning your life with the best God version, who God said you are, getting in your word. See, the problem that most people are having is they just want their life to be better, but you don't want to do the work to make it better. Guess what? You're neglecting your own self. Every time you choose to make the choice to go have fun, to go dip off and take your mind off of it and drink and smoke and whatever, every time you make the decision to not do something that's going to serve you, to make you better, you are making the choice to neglect yourself. So wherever you at, the thoughts and things that are having, realize they are choices that you are choosing to make. When we are children, we acted like children. We were doing childish things. But when you became an adult, a grown man, a grown woman, you put away childish behavior and you become an adult. Now, God told us to be childlike when we come to him. However, we are supposed to be mature in our spirit, mature in our decisions, mature and growing. So go to Jeremiah 1:10, look and see what that says, read the word, get the therapy, get the help, sign up for my coaching programs. Even if you don't want to do one-on-one coaching, I have digital courses that you can take. I have books that you can use. Go do those things, get those books, do what you need to do to become the best God version of yourself. Tear down, pull down, destroy, root out, throw it down, build and plant. All right, you enjoy yourself. Bye.